Ever since we've opened, we've always had a passion for classic cars, but we focused on more the mechanical aspect, service maintenance, and just growing the business. But deep down inside, we've always had a passion for classic cars. The first classic car that I did was my own personal car, which was I've owned since 1992. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. It probably inspired me to do a lot more of that sort of stuff later on when the business started to grow and sort of take care of itself. And that's why we've probably come back to our grassroots, because we've always had a passion for it. I've always had a passion for it. We own classic cars as well. We own classic BMWs as well. We understand their passion. We understand why they do it. We understand why they're suckers for punishment, but also too, the end result speaks for itself. So we can sort of go through the journey with them as well, understand the highs and the low parts of restoring or just doing changes to the car. Yeah, we sort of try and execute it in the proper manner, using the right parts, and and making the car as best as it can be. The ultimate thing to sort of get down to is the absolute connection at the start. And if you've got that connection, then you can grow it from there. And trust is always a super important thing, one of the highest priorities for our clients as well. And we base it on friendships as well. So over time, we sort of get to know each other, and we talk about other things outside of cars, and we have a relationship as well. So I find that just as rewarding than working on the car as well. So the relationship is super important to me. There's two ways of going about restoring cars. You can do it the right way or the wrong way. And we find that the path you go down, we understand people have different types of budgets. So we try and cater for that. But also too, whatever you decide to do, you should do it right and then not compromise. So, OE parts is super important to builds, using the right bits and pieces and not taking shortcuts, because you find that ultimately you're only going to redo the problem again if it arises. And then as these cars grow in value, the purists actually see the value in the car and they understand what's right and what's not right. So as the car becomes more expensive, it's only the best way to go about is doing it properly the first time, and then you can retain the value in the car. That's super important when it comes to cars as they get sort of more expensive to buy. We're not interested in taking shortcuts, we're not interested in band-aiding cars. We just want to sort of deal with the problem, fix the problem correctly the first time, and then they've got the enjoyment out of the car, whatever it is. They can have little budgets to big budgets. Once again, it's all based down to the trust and the relationship you build with the client. We find that the most important part as well. This is my 3-litre CSI 1974 model, and I do understand what you guys go through as classic car owners. And this is something I just want to sort of share with you. I've owned this car for 3 years. I've been slowly putting some money into it. Recently had the interior all done. Yet to do the body. This one's a fairly unique one. It's a very special colour called turquoise. Not many of these cars were made in that colour. It's a 74, so it's one of 207 ever built in this spec.